Mega Man X4. After the somewhat lackluster port of Mega Man X3 and a somewhat disappointing showing for the classic Mega Man series on PS1, I am glad to report that Mega Man X4 is great. It very obviously uses a lot of similar technology to Mega Man 8. Some quirks like the way you lose your charge if you let go of the charge button during a cutscene are still present, and the general visual and audio stylings are also similar enough. But in contrast to that game, this game is a lot of fun. Controlling X is as fun as ever, and the level design is really good. They kinda scaled back the exploration from X3, and there are just overall less items to find this time around. But pretty much every single upgrade is exciting to find. There are no instances like finding the kangaroo armor in X3, which is like, okay, I needed the Chimera armor to get here anyway. I also prefer X's 4th armor over his 3rd armor because the air dash is back to normal, and in exchange there is now a hover move. The hover is an interesting part of the moveset, but it's surprisingly useful in some parts, overusing a dash. I also like that there are 2 buster upgrades to choose from, which by the way work like I wanted the chips to work in X3. One of them lets you stock up charge shots to fire out quickly later, and one of them gives you a big shot that deals damage over time. But one of my favorite things about this game is actually the weapon selection. Both normal and charged up, these weapons can oftentimes be used for various things. For example, Web Spider's weapon can be used to wall jump off to reach higher places. And the charged version of Magma Dragoon's weapon is a replacement for the upwards dash. I much prefer this for a situational move like that over directional inputs on something you do a lot. I also think most of the boss design is really good. If there was something to complain about with X's journey through this game, then it would be for one the slight delay you have before dashing, for which this game takes a mild hit in the game feel department, and it just is a little bit too easy overall. If you make sure to get all of the upgrades, then most of the end bosses except for Sigma are really easy. The plasma shot especially just melts through most of them if you know what you're doing. But the game has a solution for that, and that solution is called Zero. Yes, in this game you can choose to play either X or Zero. Both playthroughs go through the same stages and fight the same bosses, but each character's moveset is completely different. Zero also doesn't get any armor upgrades, nor does he get any equipable weapons. Combat as Zero in this game is completely melee. You only have your saber, which pretty much makes this the hard mode. You need to get close to any enemy to hit it, which of course makes it more likely to hit you. But you can also deal a lot more damage than X more quickly. It is a very high risk, high reward playstyle, and I really enjoy it. The bosses now also just drop extensions to your moveset, so instead of switching weapons to equip the fire ability, pressing up special lets you do the fire move. I really like this system. It really flashes out Zero's moveset throughout the game, and certain bosses being weak to certain moves makes them so much more satisfying to fight. You can still just slash them or use any other move on them, but of course the weaknesses work pretty much exactly like they do for X. For a lot of people, me included, the Zero playthrough is the highlight of this game. And a game that I would otherwise probably put on par with X3 is now my favorite game in the series so far. Playing Zero really is that much fun. So with that out of the way, you can probably already guess that I'm giving this game a 10 out of 10.